So a standard calf raise, which is obviously progressing through some of the easier stuff that you've been working on post-injury. This is obviously the way in which you can try and push this on and make stuff harder. Now, key thing is that we need to try and look at doing this either double leg or single leg. So my little protocol of getting back into running, different video, but ultimately either double or single, and we can work on that in order to make things harder. Now, the other way that you can make things harder is obviously you can work on a step, so you have to kind of go a little bit further with the range of movement of the ankle, and or you can add some weight as well. The other thing that we can change as well is your tempo and pace, which obviously with calves, a lot of runners, footballers are going to get injured because obviously it's quite hard work on your calf and ankle complex. And the key thing is that ultimately we're going to need to try and replicate how your calf works during those activities. So you can work on kind of working at a higher pace and a higher tempo. So in through here, a standard calf raise. Obviously here, small step, we could go for a smaller step, a taller step, or we could go for no step at all because it's too difficult. And in through here, standard calf raises. So up and down, nice and slowly, nice and steadily. Obviously we'll do a couple of warm-up sets like this first. Now, one of the things obviously with running is that you're going to strike the ground and you're going to go up and down to propel yourself forwards, okay? So you can work on some slightly quicker repetitions, all right? You can also work on these with a slightly bent knee because your soleus works a lot harder during running than most people think, so therefore you need to work on this as well, okay? Now, we can progress that so that you can also then work on the single leg. So in through here, obviously up and down, nice slow tempo, working on some strength, so on and off, and then working on some harder repetitions, so some quicker stuff. Start to feel that pumping through the calf. You can also work there with a slightly bent knee. It's going to hit the soleus a little bit more. You can work on a slightly more bent knee, up and down, and again some quick stuff. The other way is you can make that work harder is by grabbing a little bit of weight. So we're going to borrow a child, and over through here, this is the heavier child out of the two, and then through here, we're going to, like a little monkey, wrap your legs round, good. So in through here, we're going to go up and down, up and down. So more standard pace calf raises, but you can also work on quicker ones, up and down. You can also work on a single leg. Ooh, is that hard? How much do you weigh? I don't know. Just going to go by big and small. Good. Alright. So, thank you. So, obviously working on helping to kind of build those calves up. In that last video there as well, obviously the last little exercise, you can obviously do that with the bent knee as well, with the weight. So the key thing is load. You need to load stuff. Running is one of those exercises which is really hard and heavy impact. Your calves need to be super duper strong. They need to be able to absorb the pressure of your body, putting the pressure down and then pushing forwards. So don't underestimate the strengthening work it takes. It is not about doing a few willy-nilly calf raises at the bottom step of the stairs. You need to add load and weight. So a small child, like Poppy, got no idea what you weigh, but we'd have to work that out later. It's probably a fair few kilos now, by how hard, I'm just getting weaker. So no gym at the minute. So ultimately, we need to load it and we need to make those calves work harder. And if those calves don't work harder, then you're not going to be able to get the strengthening work to get back in. The other side of things as well is that what we don't really want is we don't necessarily want you to get injured on the way back. So you need to be able to progress from those double leg calf raises to single leg calf raises. You need to be able to do some weight with those single leg calf raises, because your next step is going to be some explosive stuff. Running is a single leg activity, bounding from one leg to another. So that is hopping on one leg to another, which we'll do a video another time on that. But ultimately, the key thing is load it. Make yourself work harder. Your body goes, your calf and Achilles take a lot more of your body weight than you think when you're running. So therefore, you need to load it with some weights outside of what you're doing when you're coming back from injury, but also as part of your SEC work. Good luck.